And it's rather lovely that the Premier, Dr. Napthine, has called in.
Oh, how good is this?
Dr. Napthine, good evening.
Good evening, Bruce and Phil. How are you both?
A good night was held by all on Saturday, by the sound of it?
Thursday.
Oh,
Friday.
Friday.
Didn't we have the best time, Mr. Premier?
It was a very, very good night, and it was great to see you, Phil, and it was a terrific night. Moonee Valley really turned it on. Great atmosphere, huge crowd, and of course, the Mayor herself, Black Caviar, was an absolute champion performance, and 24 out of 24. She is just outstanding.
And you know, the speeches too about Black Caviar, weren't they moving?
They were. Gerard Whateley has certainly got a great turn of phrase, and you know, his book about Black Caviar is one of the great books about Australian racing and our wonderful champion Black Caviar, and then of course Peter Moody with a great sense of humour.
Yes.
It was just a wonderful, wonderful night. But most of all was the atmosphere of the crowd itself. You know, 25,000 people all enthusiastically embracing this horse, which was bred in Victoria, sold in Victoria, trained in Victoria. You know, she's our champion and she's a world champion.
Dr. Napthine, you, I think, in a past life you're not only a vet, but also in the racing, not management, but ministry.
Yes, I'm still Minister for Racing. I've kept that ministry because I think racing is an important industry in the state, employs 70,000 people, and the Spring Racing Carnival and racing itself is one of the biggest economic drivers of Victoria. So I've kept that ministry to continue to grow and develop opportunities through racing. And, of course, Black Caviar highlights our breeding industry. And if we can grow our breeding industry, then, you know, that's more jobs for Victorians, particularly in country Victoria.
Yeah, absolutely. True. I am not really a great horse fanatic, but I thought it was one of the most electrifying nights of my life to be present there at Moonee Valley, to see Black Caviar just streak ahead there.
Oh, it was. I mean, and just in the presence of the horse, and, you know, I'm a veterinarian by profession. I've seen a lot of horses in my time, but she is outstanding in terms of her size, and not many females you can describe them as having a very big backside, that being a compliment. But she has got a very powerful backside, and her stride is about 9 metres. The average horse is about 7 metres, and the champions are about 8 metres, so she's striding a metre further than the very best horses in the world. So she's an outstanding individual.
Well, you know, Mr. Premier, you and Bruce and I, we should form a syndicate and buy our own racehorse.
Why not?
Well, if we could get one as good as Black Caviar, would all be set. Unfortunately, there's a lot of others that aren't quite that good.
Yes, so I believe. Just on a serious note, you've just been up to check out the devastation around Yarrawonga and so on. It must be heartbreaking.
Oh, it was. I mean, I feel my heart goes out to those people I met today at Coonamoo and other areas up around the Yarrawonga area. You know, a very narrow band, but winds of between 250 and 300 kilometres an hour, and houses being absolutely devastated and roofs blown off, and the Coonamoo store has been had the whole roof blown off it, and it's virtually operating out of a part of the store now, and orchards being flattened. It really is devastating, but the spirit is fabulous. The community response has been outstanding. The SES and the council and all the support workers. And finally, if I could say on that, what the community said to me, they said, go down back to Melbourne and go to the West of Victoria and tell people that if they want to help, the best thing they can do is come up there for a holiday at Easter and boost their spirits, spend some money locally. The place is open for business. Lake Mulwala is open for skiing and boating. The river's magnificent. So if you want to help, get up there for Easter and spend a few dollars in the town, you'll really boost their spirits.
Yeah, good point, well made. Thank you, Premier Dr. Napthine, for dropping by to remember when tonight.
Thank you very much.
Yes, you're always welcome on our shows. I told him on Friday night.